leaders have to understand three things. The rules of the past keep what's essential from there. And what's essential from there is the rules of power. We don't vote for weak people. It's a drama that I have to say this, but it's a reality. We vote for strong people, for people who show willpower. So willpower is still the rule of the game. And how do I show willpower? Via body language, via consistency of some strong messaging, by exposing my values as well, and so on. So values validate my willpower because they also show my motivation, my inspiration, but also inspire, the wider audience. So these are rules of the past, but they're like continuous rules, right? There are also other rules of the past in terms of the ecosystem. I'll give you the political ecosystem, no matter the country. Sometimes we rediscover the classics. And I remember when one of my friends said, like, let's read again Marcus Aurelius and his daily, thoughts, and of course he was a Roman emperor, right? But he was like the philosopher king, like he was called, and so on. And it's indeed because he talks about human nature, some of the things there are relevant. Cicero as well, his work has been right now systematized, and I had the pleasure of buying from one of the libraries in London some time ago, 2 booklets. One called How to Run a Campaign or How to Win an Election, and the other one, How to Run a Country. And I'll give you an example of just one rule, which you can see in both, the importance of networks. This is also part of the old rules in the sense that to win power, you have to understand the political elite and you have to make alliances. So these rules also stick. But this is where we make the transition to the new rules. And this is where the stress comes. Stress can also lead to success, right? But the stress comes, first of all, from understanding that you can no longer be strong and silent. It worked a few decades ago when you could, when you had just some TV exposure, perhaps once per month, right? Or you just had the radio, right? Or you had just some newspapers, and perhaps some of them were friendlier than the others. But nowadays, with an advent of social media, with this level of interaction, first of all, it doesn't have to be you all the time, but you have for sure to have teams who know you, who kind of manage you online consistently. Because it's weird if you keep saying some of the things in the media, but then you say other things in the social media, and you will be taxed by the population for that, right? So consistency, the level of pressure raises for consistency. The level of online and offline and in the classic media, pressure increases for speed. And speed doesn't always help in between us with smart decisions, because you don't always have the data. You're forced to react quickly. If you don't react sometimes in 2-3 hours, they say you don't care. But perhaps you do care, but you are in an emergency meeting trying to find a solution for the earthquake or for the tsunami or for something else, right? But it doesn't mean that I don't care if I don't tweet in the first half an hour, after something happens. So pressure for exposure, pressure for consistency, for consistency, pressure for let's say speed. Separate from that, I would say video pressure, because and another added, combined with video pressure and the advent of technology, the pressure of deep fakes. The more you're present online, the more software has material on you. They can combine videos of you, and then you have a problem with this information. There is the proactive way, and there is the reactive way. The proactive way, I'm sure this is going to be a business opportunity, is what we will see a competition between softwares who identify quickly deep fakes, and who and I think we're going to see a spree of acquisitions in the next few months and years in case some of these software are really fast. Second, platform responsibility. I think we're going to see another wave of reproaches for the platforms and screening such content, like we have seen in the past on disinformation challenges. But this is, again, next level challenge, and it's combined with software solutions. Third, coming back to my point on speed, in case we really see that something is really viral, we should be ready to come back quickly with a video of myself, this time not a deep fake, saying this is how properly is done, and this is who is me, and this is what I believe in, and so on. Because sometimes a simple dismissal, which we have seen sometimes, like a tweet, a dry tweet or a dry press release from some kind of foreign office, or a government communications office, and so on, saying that this viral movie is not viral, it's not true, and we ask for the platform to take down. Okay, yes, but the challenge we have is the following. Let's just say you ask TikTok to take it down, but somebody else can upload it under another form over there. Or the case of that movie, I received it on WhatsApp. Can you really censor my friend sending me on WhatsApp or on Signal or on Telegram or any other platforms, sharing that? I trust a lot the power of network validation, because we will not be able to, control the networks. I don't think this is the purpose, and an overarching big brother, done designed to protect us, but bound to control us. I trust a lot. Particularly, I love my democracy. For example, in Romania, I think we have this network reliability, and we're starting to build trust via networks. So, and of course, these networks also entail a certain amount of responsibility. And I'm very optimistic here, because let me give you an example. I shared once something online which I thought was credible, but it proved not credible. And one of my friends wrote to me, he said, like, Radu, I trusted you, but I double checked on something, and what you shared was not okay. And then I made another post. I erased my previous post. I done another post, and I said, like, my apologies, online friends. I shared this, before. I was wrong. It's incredible, but it wasn't. And ironically, my second post got more viral and more interesting than the first one. And it added to my credibility as well. It showed that I'm human. That I make mistakes, but I think we can still, let's trust people. And I think if we guard our values and common sense, including in the future, if politicians make sure that they keep a certain reputation for common sense can have ideological flavor. They can go more to the right, more to the left. And so that's not a problem. We don't have to have one version, dry version, of political leader, right? But so they can have their personality, but if they stick to some level of consistency, that prevents deepfakes. Because when you're known to be a very commonsensical people with a certain margin of ideology, it's less credible if suddenly there is a video with you talking about elephants, and a conspiracy theory with aliens are coming to get you, because you don't typically say that.